Do you think it's weird that Boruto's entire generation is the same age? I mean, what are the odds that they all conceived around the same time? Not to mention the fact that they were all fortunate to undergo successful pregnancies, like with no miscarriages whatsoever. There are couples who might take as long as a year or two to conceive. I can think of a couple of reasons why they're the same age. Since it's the post-war period and everyone is running on the post-war adrenaline rush, maybe sex was the way for them to get closer to their loved ones. And they needed this after going through the levels of destruction that Kaguya and the Fourth Great Ninja War brought about. Then again, haven't they heard of protection? Well, apparently not. The Naruto couples got married pretty young in their early 20s. Maybe they were eager to have some kids and start their own families after the war ended because they knew that the world would be a safer place to start one. It could be like the baby boom when the US birth rates exploded after the Second World War. Also, as messed up as it sounds, we don't know if there was pressure from the village elders to make babies, since they would have lost many great ninjas in the war. Maybe the village needed the new generation of ninjas to keep their security going. Don't get me wrong, Naruto, Sasuke and several other live shinobi are all pretty OP, but the village won't be able to rely on them forever. So with this pressure all adding up, I'm guessing many of them wanted to have babies. They wouldn't have waited years for this to happen, they would have wanted to conceive as soon as possible. So it makes sense they're all the same age. They would have especially wanted Naruto to have kids, as they need the Uzumaki bloodline to keep Kurama in check. Now, I'm not saying he'll go on a rampage, but from a villager's perspective, you're always better off being cautious. Discounting Karin, Naruto's the only Uzumaki and Karin can't really be trusted. Also, Naruto is one of the few able to leave this kind of impression on the tailed beasts. Kurama warmed up to Naruto. I'm sure if Naruto explains it properly, Kurama might come to like his kids. And maybe in a worst case scenario, let himself be sealed at least in part inside them. It definitely beats the Guido statue. It's always better to plan ahead. I know Naruto has a strong life force being half Uzumaki and all, but still. I would say Kurama is so powerful that letting him go free might make him a magnet for power-hungry ninja like Obito. Also remember that Asuma taught Shikamaru that the duty of shinobi is to protect the kin, meaning next generation. So it only makes sense that they wanted to make babies and pass the will of Konoha onto the next generation. Again, they married fellow shinobi they were already acquainted with. And now with the stresses of war, inter-village feuds all over, they could focus on other things like dating, not to mention their growth as a result of this. Karui went from distrusting Konoha's shinobi because of Sasuke to marrying Choji. Having babies was the next phase in their development as adults. Since they all had similar priorities, it only makes sense that they had babies within the same year, who are of the same age. If once is an accident, twice is a coincidence, and 3 times is a pattern, then 6 kids being the same age is a clear sign of collusion. 7 if you count Mitsuki. And while I wouldn't put it past Orochimaru to have specifically created Mitsuki to be the same age as Naruto's and Sasuke's offspring, it's extremely bizarre that the rest of the Konoha 11 have seemingly conspired to have their kids all at the same time. Perhaps it's not too out of question that Ino, Choji and Shikamaru all had their kids at the same time so that the next generation would have its own Ino-Shikacho formation. And maybe it isn't too crazy that either Sasuke or Naruto heard that the other had gotten their wife pregnant and felt the need to impregnate their wife. This may be some kind of a strange manifestation of their rivalry, but I still can't shake how odd it is that all of them got pregnant at the same time. If there were even rough plans to milk the series and do a sequel, it wouldn't make sense for the next generation to be of different ages. If they are not in the same academic classes, then it would be difficult to see their growth from beginning to end, like we saw with Ino and Sakura's friendship and other Naruto childhood episodes. Being the same age helps them grow together and relate to one another better. So while I admit it's weird that they are all of the same age, I can totally see why it had to happen in that way. Would you prefer them to be from different age generations? Don't get me wrong, it is absolutely weird that all the couples mated around the same months and all within the same year. But so did the last generation and the one prior to that one. Could you imagine how different the story would be if Naruto was 17, when Sasuke was 10 and Sakura was in her late 30s? See how little screen time Himawari gets for not being in the same age range. Remember Konohamaru from the original series? When you were a kid, did you feel more comfortable around 12 or 25-year-olds? All the children were conceived during the blank period. So what is the blank period in Naruto? If it's anime, we're gonna watch it for free. The blank period is the time after the events of the 4th Great Ninja War. Tsunade retires and appoints Kakashi as Hokage, Sasuke repents, Naruto is trained to be the next Hokage, and etc. Most of them are animated already, I'll just highlight the ones that are canon to the series, novel, manga, and are not anime fillers, and will set them up chronologically. Kakashi Hiden, not yet animated. Few months after the 4th Great Ninja War, 5th Hokage Tsunade sent Kakashi to the Land of Waves, where they once battled Zabuza and Haku. Due to an uprising of the Ryuho Armament Alliance, a group of bandits bearing Ice-style Kakagen Kai, Kakashi replaced Tsunade as the 6th Hokage of Konoha, and all the 5 great Shinobi nations settled the affair with the hidden grass village's Hozuki Castle's new warden Yuki, whom Kakashi is hinted to have feelings with. 2 years will pass and Naruto grew popularity not only in Konoha but in other nations. Naruto the last movie took place 2 years after the war. Toneri Otsutsuki of the Otsutsuki branch family, living in the moon as Hamuro's descendant, kidnapped Hanabi Hyuga. Naruto, Sakura, Hinata, Sai and Shikamaru went to rescue her, and on the way realized his feelings for the maiden that truly loved him, like a red string of fate Hinata made as a scarf for Naruto. After the mission, Naruto and Hinata got married at the age of 19. On the flip side, Sasuke, going out on his sole repentance for his misdeeds, was alerted by Konoha about the exploding human bombs threatening their village. He denied Sakura from traveling with him and found traces in the land of Hot Springs Bamboo Village. Sasuke Hiden, Shippuden episodes 484 to 488. Sasuke meets the remaining survivors of Chinaiki clan in the former hidden Hot Spring village. After the mission, Karen revealed that Sakura traveled a lot with Sasuke relentlessly, and then later they married at the age of 19 too. Not only Naruto and Sasuke are the ones stepping up their duties for Konoha, but Shikamaru too, as an attendant to the 6th Hokage as his advisor using his intellect. Shikamaru Hiden, Shippuden episodes 489-493. Shikamaru alongside two Anbu investigate on the samurai-ridden country Land of Silence, after turning into a ninja nation when Sai went missing there. The conflict between the Land of Earth's hidden rock village Iwagakure against the neighbor Land of Flowers was not animated. The feudal lords wants the new Tsuchikage Kurostuchi to invade the other nation since it doesn't meet the monetary demands they want. This was the reason for the Shinobi Union, so all nations in the world will avoid fighting. After the mission, Sai and Ino dated and married at the age of 19. Konoha Hiden, Shippuden episodes 494-500. It is focused on the romances, worries and ambitions of the other side characters sometime before and after Naruto and Hinata settling down for a family. Choji got over his depression by traveling to Hidden Cloud Village and dating Karuya. They later married at the age of 19 too. Hidden Snow Village Yugigakure will become canon. Originally it appeared in the Part 1 movie. It was mentioned by a hungry Choji who wanted to eat an ice cream there. Hidden Sound Village Atogakure will then go on a peaceful agreement with Konoha but under 24/7 security of Leaf Anbu Yamato on Orochimaru. Lee married someone at the age of 19. Note that it still hasn't been revealed who is Rock Lee's wife. It hasn't been revealed even in the recent Boruto manga chapters, as Metal Lee becomes irrelevant to the plot since his first and last appearance in the Chunin exams. 10-10 will acquire the Sage's sacred tools after the war. She will still be at loss about Neji's demise 2 years ago. Shino will be thinking about the next career he can get into, as Team 8 will disband with Hinata's wedding. Kiba will meet his future girlfriend Tamaki for the first time. Shikamaru and Tamaru of the Hidden Sand Village will then be together. Gaara Hiden, it is not yet animated. Hidden Snow Council members were disappointed that Tamaru will move to Konoha as the 3 Sand siblings operating as a monarchy to the title of Kazekage had the 2 boys Gaara and Kankuro still left without parents. In an initial agreement that Gaara's marriage goes first before Tamaru and Shikamaru wedding happens, Sand Council had an arranged marriage for Gaara from a beautiful maiden in the Land of Wind's Hoki family. Hidden Stone Village Ishigakure will become canon due to being mentioned in the novels as an enemy of Sand Ninja in the northern borders of Land of Wind. These are some of the events I can recall in the blank period canonically. Feel free to remind of anything I might have missed out.
気分次第です僕は敵を選んで戦う少年叶えたい未来もなくて夢に描かれる待ってたそのくせ未来が怖くて